What's good, people? Agent Juice reporting for duty. On today's speed paint video of drawing inspiration, I shall be speed painting and discussing Buttercup from the Rip Roarin' Cartoon Network cartoon by Craig Swiggity Swooty I'ma Tap That Booty McCracken, the Powerpuff Girls. Now, before going further, I want to make a quick note that I'm only going to be discussing the original run of the Powerpuff Girls and not the reboot, as the original run is the only one I actually want to draw inspiration from. And while I'm on the subject of quick notes, I'll mention another one. You'll notice that in the speed paint I'm going to be making Buttercup look more like a normal girl as opposed to her canon, bug-eyed, flipper-limbed freak appearance. Why am I doing this? Because I wanna. That's really about it. Yes, the original and absolutely acknowledged as canon simplified appearance would be easier to draw, but come on. I am lazy, but I'm not that lazy. Now, let's get on with it, shall we? Powerpuff Girls is actually one of the very first cartoons I remember watching, mainly because of the What a Cartoon short that aired way back in, I want to say, 95, I think? And boy, does that date me. Anyway, the episode in question that I saw was the pilot Meet Fuzzy Lumpkins, where Fuzzy Lumpkins invents a meat gun that turns everything into meat. Pretty crazy, right? Anyway, he starts meating up the joint until he zings Bubbles across her head and turns one of her ponytails into a drumstick. And then Bubbles goes ballistic, beating the ever-living snot out of Fuzzy. And as soon as I saw that unbridled, raging beatdown, I knew, even at that young age, that I had stumbled upon something incredible. Then, a little while later, the series proper lands, and I get a good look at that opening sequence for the first time. And man, talk about something you ain't gonna see nowadays on cartoon shows. Needless to say, I was pretty hooked right out of the gate. Now, I did go through a bit of a phase where I thought, a show starring girls is going to cater to girls and thus will have nothing for me to enjoy. But how wrong was I? Powerpuff Girls was no My Little Pony. Not with that level of brazen violence. So yeah, my initial reservations were swiftly dismissed and I ended up greatly enjoying the show. Especially because I ended up greatly enjoying Buttercup in particular. It's rather obvious why a rambunctious young lad as myself would gravitate toward a crass tomboy like Buttercup. But even as I've grown older, other more subtle and nuanced aspects of her character have revealed themselves to me, and as a result, my appreciation for her has only grown. And because of this enjoyment and appreciation, I wish to draw inspiration from both Powerpuff Girls as a show and Buttercup as a character. So, first let's address what I wish to glean from the show. If there's one thing I can say about Powerpuff Girls, it's that it's very concise. The artwork is simplistic but sleek, the characterizations are iconic without being one-dimensional or boring, and even the premise itself of a slice of life show about superpowered triplets is very elegantly simplistic. Even the violence is punchy and surprisingly to the point without being too gratuitous. Emphasis on too gratuitous. It's still quite gratuitous, but then again, that's part of its insane charm. Basically, you pretty much know what you're getting into as soon as you watch an episode or two, while still leaving room for a good amount of surprises in other episodes. Not to mention, of course, the wide variety of kooky and memorable characters, especially the villains, and especially certain other characters. Long story short, Powerpuff Girls is a hell of a ride, and because the original run had such a concise vision that was expertly executed, it became an instant classic. And that concise vision with expert execution is what I want to draw inspiration from. Now, in regards to Buttercup, what I wish to draw from her as far as inspiration is her sense of boisterous mischief. Because if I were to describe her in one word, I would say that she is a rascal. Yeah, she's rough and tumble and sleek and scrappy, but she also has the most sense of general fun about her amongst the sisters. And when I say that she has the most fun about her, that's not to say that she's more playful than Bubbles, for example. It's just that Bubbles is more of the joyfully amicable sense of fun, while Buttercup is more of the wild sense of fun. I guess you can say that Bubbles embodies the traditionally feminine playfulness, whereas Buttercup embodies more of the traditionally masculine playfulness. And because of that factor, that's probably why I gravitated toward her so much at a young age. In addition to her playfulness, Buttercup, and the rest of the Powerpuff Girls for that matter, proved to be nuanced characters. For you see, she's more than just the, ooh, look at me, I'm a tough girl who beats everyone up, ooh, She has her own vulnerabilities and insecurities that come forth from time to time, even becoming full-blown episodes. See, for example, the Blanket episode.
I am a good fighter. I am a good fighter. I am a good fighter. What are you doing? I was, just practicing my spelling. What's behind your back? Nothing.
Now that I'm a fully autonomous grown-ass man who pays his own bills, I look back on the show, and Buttercup in particular, and still find great joy and connection in her. And as a quick note, one thing I've always found rather hilarious is that despite being the roughest and toughest of the three girls, she seems to have the least red in her ledger, so to speak. And what I mean by that is that Blossom, okay, let's take Blossom. Blossom is meant to be the mature and responsible sister, but she has that one episode where she straight up steals a set of golf clubs because she's under so much pressure to find Professor Utonium the perfect Father's Day gift or something. And she even goes far as to blame the whole crime on Mojo Jojo. And with Bubbles, you have the many times she straight up snaps and goes full berserker on people. And then you have Buttercup, who, what, didn't bathe that one time? Well, no, hold on, actually, I'm wrong. She did have that one episode where she starts the whole tooth fairy racketeering business, bashing the teeth out of the face of every villain she comes across in order to fund her newfound greed. That is, of course, until it comes back to bite her in the ass. So never mind, she has done some serious bad, but you know what, then again, that is the beauty of the nuance, and that is why I want to draw inspiration from her. I would love to make a character that has a sense of a tough facade that breaks away from time to time to reveal a more complicated and nuanced personality underneath. I think that would be pretty cool, if I could at least do that. And so with that last thought, I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. So you folks know the drill. If you like what you see here and you wish to see more, go ahead and clickety-clack that there like button. And if you wish to see more of this content, give that subscribe button and that notification bell a nice tickle as well. It really helps the channel out in the algorithm and lets me know what you like to see. Also, feel free to comment below and let me know what you think. It's always good to hear from you people and what you have to say about the video, or if you have any requests for future content. In addition, if you wish to follow me elsewhere, go ahead and hit up my social media links in the description box down below, where I usually provide them. And with all that said, I thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you all stick around, and until next time, a wubba lubba dubba deuces.